Trying to get this look that it's really scratched in there. Adding little dark indicator lights. As if it's really etched. Dude, adding battle damage is not that easy, though. Trying to make it look realistic. We definitely need the scratch as well, coming in from the top. We're gonna do some Warcraft 3 in a little bit, yeah. I think it's also to do with the fact that the red has a slightly different finish than the black. I wouldn't be surprised if like we add a little bit of a like a varnish all over it, that it's gonna look a bit more cohesive, because some of the paints have a slightly different finish. Like the black paint is a lot more matte than the rest. I think that'll actually make a lot of difference. The first 4 burgers of the season are on the grill? Very nice, Muck. Man, what's happening to guys in the chat? You dudes are now actually excited for the weather to get warm and stuff, so you can go outside, socialize, go grilling? Ay, 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 ay. Or maybe it's just about the burgers. I'm hoping it's just about the burgers. My mom warned me for this a long time ago. I mean, burgers are pretty good, not gonna lie. Talk to girls? What the hell, chat? No way. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So, left leg, mostly done. We may make it a little different next time around. I think it'll look really nice when we've done the entire miniature like this. I think it'll look really nice and flamey. Yeah. So we have done the rest too. It's funny how like the rest looks insanely muted now. Can I add like a little tiny... Yeah. Like it's actually carved in there. I think we now have to just kind of follow along and try to do the entire miniature like this. Just do the entire miniature like this, chat. Won't be that hard, will it? By the way, he has a head as well. I don't think the head has been on camera all of today. This is his face right over here. So the face is going to have more of like a bluish, greenish type of highlight. A lot of gray, obviously, as well, but... He looks angry. Yeah, he looks a little mad. All right. Look at what happened to my palette, guys. Oh, no. The paint ran off of the palette. I need to go tidy that up. Because otherwise, everything's a mess. Yeah, it's a freaking crime scene. I also need to go grab some clean water so I can clean the brushes. And we used 4 brushes. I'll be back in a minute. Hello? Hello, gamers? Hello? Oh, also, I haven't shown you guys this yet. I sculpted a little bit of a base. The idea, I wanted to look like a natural rock formation, so I used some clay that is currently hardening. And I'm gonna go and do this tomorrow outside. I got like a little drill bit. To carve into it. And hopefully we can get like a nice little... Anyways. Anyways. I want him to stand on a nice custom base. A forbidden tool. That's called a power drill, chat. Very dangerous machinery. I wouldn't recommend it if I were you. Let me just clean the brushes real quick. And then we'll do a bit of gaming. Now I know what you're thinking. Games are for nerds, Lowko. What do you mean gaming? You're not a nerd, are you? Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit of a nerd. Just a bit. Guys, yesterday, I didn't stream. but I did do a cheeky little bit of painting. So last Saturday, I highlighted the leg on your left. Yesterday, I spent a bit of time watching the Formula 1 race, and I highlighted most of the rest of the body. So this leg over here, the plates over there in the back. We still have to do a bit of touching up and a little bit of tidying up, but I tried my absolute best to make this all as nice as possible. And I mean, I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming along. I mean, again, it looks so the scratchiness and stuff. There's a little bit of highlighting that I'm not too pleased of. But the thing is, this is the size of my thumb right over here. This is the miniature is not even the size of my thumb. It's a very small miniature. I feel like when you watch it on stream, kind of the scale, you know, it's not as obvious. But anyways, we're gonna continue doing some highlighting today. I also want to start working on maybe some of the black if we have time. So I haven't yet done the arms. The arms obviously also need a little bit of love. I mean, I've done the first highlight stage, but not the other two. So we have to add 2 more highlight stages to this. I do have big hands. I do, chat, yeah. You know what they say about men with big hands, right? Big gloves, yeah. I also want to add some deeper scratches and stuff into the actual plate armor if I can. I think that's a good idea. But we definitely want to do a bit of tidying up. So let's just start with the hand and then we'll go from there. So the highlight stages on this one has been... Oh, I also, by the way, applied a matte primer on it. You can maybe, or a matte primer, a matte varnish. So this is the AK Ultra Matte Varnish that I threw all over it, which ties everything together a lot better than it did on Saturday. I think it looks a little bit nicer because of it. Anyways, I'm gonna continue doing some more highlights. The first step will be the orangey highlight. Actually, no, the first step will be, yes, the dragon highlight, and then the orangey highlight is gonna be the next one. That's it. The infantry, they're generally as small as they get, yeah. Generally. Can't forget about the coffee, guys. I've had this happen now when I'm painting on the beginning of my stream a couple of times where I forget about the coffee. I did finish the Slaaneshi demon that I painted a couple weeks ago, yeah. This style though that I'm painting here is a lot more time intensive. Like it's a lot more it's a lot more effort to paint something nice. I'm just gonna put some little drops of paint onto my palette. The Acadian troops are really small. Yo, Beinstein, gifting us up to Shaker. Let's go, dude. Thank you very much. I'm just prepping a couple of little dollops of paint. And I'll also get a little bit of the corn red, which is what I used for the original base coat. Just so we can easily tidy things up if I need to. Thank you very much, Meister. You're the first sub of the week. Holy crap, big day. Maybe the only sub of the week. I hope not, but maybe. There's no way to know. Wait, is it Monday today? Yes, it is Monday. Okay. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the brighter red to go all around the outside. Around the outside. Around the outside. We're gonna start this week apparently with some very tiny lines. Not quite the skinniest highlight. The skinniest highlight needs to be that orangey color. But I'm trying to maintain at least most of the side of the brush. Okay. You wanted to do a flex, Lowko? Fair enough. Mate, you can always flex by gifting subs. I will never feel hurt when people are like, Lowko, I just wanted to flex by gifting people subs. That is, you know, not to be too much of a sellout, but if you want to flex somewhere, you're more than welcome to flex over here. Flexing wallets. Yeah, apparently so. We're listening to some World of Warcraft jazz, by the way. This is from the new raid in World of Warcraft. In case you're wondering what this beautiful tuning in the background is. Plan for today, by the way, is to start with a bit of painting. And then we're gonna do a bit of StarCraft casting. And then we're gonna do some Warcraft 3 1v1 practice. It's gonna be fun. Doing a lot of RTSing. Okay. We have a little bit of goblin jazz. Yeah. Hey. What's going on, Brisick? How you doing, dude? I saw your picture. Apparently it was very hot over in Pakistan, huh? Yeah, it's sweaty. 42 degrees. Fun times. I just started, dude. We're just getting into it. I'm adding a little bit of highlighting to the Power Fist. Wasn't that your nickname in college? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Wait, oh, sorry. You're just fishing in WoW? Oh, power fishing. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you. Oopsie. Oopsie doopsie. Happens. It's only Monday, Lowko? Right, sorry. Now I'm the one starting it too. What's going on, Lethox? Welcome. I made you install Warcraft 3 and play 1v1 again. Very nice. Lowko, let's address the elephant in the room. How was the movie? I mentioned this just like in the last couple seconds of Saturday's stream. So a couple months ago, me and Laurent got like a huge discount on one of those unlimited movie passes. So we've been seeing a lot of the movies releasing over the last couple months. I think it's still lasting for another couple weeks. So we've basically seen every recent movie that we were even remotely interested in. And it's been a lot of fun. We've been going to the cinema like, I think like maybe once to twice a week over the last 4 months. So basically we got 2 passes for unlimited movies at the cinema that in the city that we live in, for the 2 of us for 97 euro. I looked into this. So for 4 months. So it's been a sick deal, and we've seen way more movies over the last couple of months than we have before that. Yeah. So Laurent, like, she saved up like these like supermarket tickets or whatever, and she got a huge discount because of that. Anyways, because of that, naturally, we also ended up seeing the new Snow White movie. And I have not really followed any of the drama. I went into the movie not really being aware of any of the drama, but it turns out there's a lot of it. I thought the movie was okay. I think it's like a 6, maybe a 7 out of 10. It was fine. I don't think it was that great, but I mean, it's a Disney, princess type of movie. I don't think it was that bad. No. Now, apparently there's been a lot of drama. Yeah, there's been, some political statements by apparently some of the cast members, and there's a lot of CGI. So, the dwarves in the movie, for example, are all CGI, and the movie's fine, dude. Although they are busy review bombing it right now. You know, like when video games come out and people review bomb on Steam? I didn't realize that this was a thing as well in the movie world, but apparently it is. I haven't really followed up the exact drama, though. I don't really know exactly what's going on. But apparently a lot of people are upset about things. Yeah, it's like a 2 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a crazy low score. The movie is definitely not a 2, no. The best movie I've seen over the last couple months, that I otherwise would never have seen, is a movie called Companion. I liked Companion a lot. Companion was a good movie. Don't check out any of the trailers, though. Just watch the thing. I think a lot of the drama is a bit silly, though. But it is one of those, like, okay, we have a cast of characters and here's the checkbox type of, movie. Where, like, one of the characters needs to be X, Y, and Z, the other character needs to be X, Y, and Z. The next one, like, we have the little all-inclusive checkbox, or checkbox, rather, for the entire cast. I mean, it's not a bad thing, necessarily, although it is obviously... I think it's a little obvious in a lot of movies, but hey, it's still, I honestly can't really care about any sort of that thing. I don't think it's a problem, but... In the original, the movie, or the dwarves were normal-sized humans? I see. A lot of people get upset, though, over things that really doesn't, It's kind of like games, You remember, I get very similar vibes from, like, looking into this very briefly. And maybe there's something more serious going on that I'm not aware of. But I'm getting very similar vibes from when Hogwarts Legacy was released. And it's like, yeah, I don't, it's whatever. A lot of people are upset over things that have nothing to do with the movie, it seems. And maybe that's okay to be upset about, but I'm not gonna touch that discussion with a 10-foot pole. It was pretty busy actually in the cinema. There were a lot of people. I wouldn't be surprised if you like check back in like a half-year time or whatever on IMDb, the score will probably be like a 6.5 or something. Are we talking about Assassin's Creed? No, we're not talking about Assassin's Creed, but we can definitely talk about Assassin's Creed instead. Maybe that's a better subject. I've watched a few streams of people playing the new Assassin's Creed. It looked kind of boring. Maybe it's okay though. If you're big into Assassin's Creed, maybe it's great. Dude, you know what they were doing yesterday too in the Amersfoort cinema that we like to go to? We have 2 big cinemas in Amersfoort. The one that we went to, it was also playing, I kid you not, a Twilight marathon where they screened like all, I think it's 4 or 5 movies? I don't know how many they are. Back to back to back to back. So apparently this started around noon and ended around midnight. You gotta really love Twilight, especially, you know, in the spring, I guess. Gotta really love Twilight to go watch all of those back to back to back. I'm sure there were some diehard fans in that theater that really loved it, but... Hashtag Team Jacob. Really? Team Jacob, chat? Speaking of Team Edward, I did recently also see the Mickey... whatever it's called? Mickey 17 or something? That was a pretty fun movie. I have seen the Twilight movies, yeah. I think the first one's pretty good. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's like one of those, like, you probably should have seen the first Twilight movie at some point. The rest are very forgettable. First Twilight kind of feels like an indie school project, which is weird because it's obviously a big budget. Hey, what's going on, Octavus? Early stream today. A regular stream today, good sir. But welcome, welcome. Maybe you're an hour late, sir. I will paint the fingers, by the way, later, so if I get a little bit of paint smudged onto there, totally fine. I kind of figured though by now I would get tired of watching movies, but nope. It's still been fun. I think actually the worst movie I've seen over the last couple months since we got that pass is probably, and this is like my first freaking superhero movie I watched in like years. It's been like 4 years or something since I've seen a superhero movie. I watched like the most recent Spider-Man. I think that's probably the most recent one. But anyways, I watched the Captain America one. Strongly mediocre. With Harrison Ford and stuff. I would have been totally fine not having seen that. Obviously, your opinion may be different, but I wasn't too impressed. Superhero movies are for nerds. Absolutely, bro. Now, you're currently watching somebody paint a miniature plastic soldier, which is not nerdy whatsoever, don't get me wrong, but there is something about pot meat kettle over here. But hey, we'll talk about that some other time. This is very manly, yeah. Let me show you guys my power fist. What's up, Ramble? There's nerds here. There are definitely nerds here. Nerds are dumb anyways. I'm a level 5 druid. Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna add some very bright spots in just some corners. To make them look extra sharp. So this is pretty much an orange, or like this is almost like a yellow paint actually. It's a I mean, it's got a gamer name. I don't know the name though. Let me see. It is called Demigod Flames. Of course, Demigod Flames. That's what we're using for the little dot highlights here. It's not Spring Sunshine, it's Demigod Flames. You had a good shot though, Techno. You were close. I have some that are like almost similar. Like this one sounds a little bit more like a summer, you know, springtime type of thing. This one is Inner Light. We have another one over here. Fiendish Yellow. What is interesting though is when you think of the color, okay, let me pick you, okay, let me put it like this. If you think of a color called Necrotic Flesh, what sort of color comes to mind? I mean, they think about it. They think about it. Ooh, you thought about a brownish red? Ah, dang it. Maybe it doesn't work. What about the color? I mean, a lot of them have like a color name in it. What about the color name Eternal Hunt? Eternal Hunt. I immediately associate that with Night Elves. This is like a very dryady green. Yeah, they think about it. They do spend some time on it. Okay, what about a color called Malt Berry? This one's a little tricky. Malt Berry. It's like a reddish, purplish color. Yeah, so they do put in some work. They do try. Most of them, though, are, you know, like they're called like ice yellow. So, you know, ice yellow is a very pale yellow. The only thing about this, guys, is that now I've created this really nice, smooth looking power fist. Problem is that the rest of the armor is very scratched up. So we're gonna have to add some scratches to it. This is gonna feel a bit cursed. But I'm gonna have to add a little bit of weathering, you know? Don't eat the yellow ice. No. Ice yellow. Lowko has a very great nail polish collection. Thank you, guys. I'm not very good at, I keep missing. Okay, so we want to go with a nice bright base coat here. This always feels cursed. Okay, I want to add some scratches in random spots, preferably. Although it's a little difficult to be random. That's too thick. No worries, Zeke. Okay. Do I dare to go more scratches? I mean, we obviously have to highlight some of it. Maybe one more in between the fingers. It dries very quickly when it's this thin of a brush. It's a little too much. No, Lowko, you idiot. Okay, that'll do. And then we're gonna add a little bit of a brighter highlight as well to it, and maybe like even like a I don't know, like maybe like a little bit of a brown giga scratch to make it look really carved in. I mean, it's looking pretty nice. Adding battle damage is not actually that easy. It looks easier than it is. When you see people do it in videos, I'm like, oh yeah, just put some scratches down, but... How do I do it when I need to sneeze while holding a miniature? Do you not feel a sneeze coming up, Masscaller? I am not yet that old that like my sneeze has entirely been transformed to the ones from my dad. You know, like when your dad had to sneeze as a child and you're like, holy crap, why is it so loud? I have not yet devolved into that, you know, lifestyle, Masscaller. I can still feel my sneezes coming up, you know? I have the dad smoker sneeze? Ooh. Dang. Yeah, I'm not that old yet. Okay. I think this guy can start power fisting pretty hard now. Not bad. What's going on, littling? Yeah, I like to paint Warhammer minis. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna do some regular gaming later today, but I'm currently painting up a Terminator. Just started my stream though. I'll be here for like the next 7 hours. I'm doing an attempt at trying to paint like the box art. But obviously the people that paint the box art are very good painters. So we're trying to be very delicate. Not so easy. Okay. Delicacy at its finest. Yeah, there's the guys that paint these boxes though professionally are insanely clean. You actually don't realize how hard it is until you give it a shot, I guess. Like I've been painting for a little while, but those guys are monstrous. Okay. No, they don't actually AI. Dude, if they were to AI generate their box art, I would be very disappointed. A big part of the mini painting hobby is the painting. If they start, if they start messing around with AI generation instead, or like CGI versions of minis, I think that would very quickly ruin the hobby. People will be very quick to move on to different types of minis. There would be riots in the streets. Yeah. I mean, you're French, right, Degno? That's your first, like, that's where you go immediately. You're already getting your yellow jacket out of your car. You buy a mini and it says it has 6 fingers, right? Wouldn't want that. It's in your blood, yeah, naturally. Like you would be storming the Bastille if it still was around, you know? I have been told that when I say the word roi, French people have to gag immediately. Liberté, égalité. What is it? Fraternité? I don't remember the last one. Anyway, doesn't matter. Something about Fred. Fraternité. That's it. You love my Dutch accent? Merci. Fraternité? There you go. I once listened to a very long podcast series on Louis XIV. I mean, he was a bit of a chat, though. Many messed up things, too, but... My favorite thing about French history is that they got so upset at the monarchy once that they decided to overrule it after many hundreds of years. And they decided to replace it with an emperor within like a generation. It's pretty fucking funny, dude. Like, it's done! We're no longer doing this anymore! It's a little bit more nuanced, but, you know. There's a little bit of irony. Fun fact, when the first Star Wars movie came out, France was still using the guillotine for executions? Really? When did the first Star Wars movie come out? Like the 60s? I don't even know. '77 was the last guillotine execution? Wow. Really? That's wild. No more penalties like that in France, I would assume, right? Yo, what's going on, Kuniko? You want to highlight the fingers here too? We probably do. I mean, I can kind of highlight multiples at the same time with the side of my brush. Very hard to see anyway. Dude, we went on holiday to France many times as a kid. We always went camping, it was awesome. I kind of miss going to France. It was like an annual thing every summer. This is like a lot of Dutch people, to be fair, but my dad would usually get time off work and we would go camping in France. It was sick. I spent a lot of summers in France. Hey, thank you, Crispy. Rocco Girl and Memory aren't here? Yeah. Regulars go missing? Oh no. Maybe they went out to go see the Snow White movie.
Looking good.
Yo, thank you very much, Magma Cube. You're looking good, bro. Got 'em roasted. Boom. Boom! Roasted. Sorry. Finally, we can talk about manly things. Yeah. No girls watching the stream today? Perfect. What do men talk about usually? I don't know. Sports. Did you guys see the football match yesterday? Me neither. Okay, well, that's a short discussion. You picked up this neat stick yesterday? Ooh, you found a stick? Sick, dude. Are you gonna store it so next time you can go on a walk, you can bring the stick? No, chat, I hate to disappoint you all. And even though, generally speaking, my viewers are overwhelmingly male, statistically speaking, there might be more. Yo, what's good on, Mickey? More girls? Oh, yeah, terrifying. How are you doing, Mickey? Good morning. Yo, hype train incoming. I don't know why Twitch keeps doing this, but hype train incoming, sick. Okay. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Glad to see you mini painting again. It's a nice chill start of the week. You're doing okay? Oh no, Mickey. Okay does not sound great. I hope you you will feel great soon. Whatever's going on. Twitch is hyped up about the painting. I think so too, Crispy. Oh no. That was an ugly line. Can I still wipe it off? Kind of? Yeah, kind of wiped it off. Kind of hyped it off, or wiped it off. Kind of hyped it off. That's what I was gonna say, but. Okay. Do we need any chip armor or any damage into this section of the Mini too? I mean, we've done some scratches here and there on other parts. I'll add like one in an obvious spot, I guess. Like right across here would be easy. Slightly brighter color. I gotta tidy up a little mistake here. Dang, nice Dagno. Très bien. Your work here is done, yeah, you've peaked. Oh, alright, well, see you, dude. Instantly leaving. Bye. Okay, pretty pleased with this actually. So we've done the two hands here. These will look pretty nice. Any little touch-ups we need to do on this armor that are like very needed? I think some of these spots need to be a little bit more obvious. We need to do the head. Yeah, we definitely do need to do the head.